Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tom, and this is a special edition of Catch, Hook, and Shoot. I am broadcasting live right now, so hopefully all the sound is coming through okay. So basically what I'm doing today is just testing out the live streaming feature on the Podbean app. And so the way I'm going to test it out, I'm going to do a little bit of a watch along from what at the time was the most watched professional wrestling match in the history of the business, pretty much. And that is Hulk Hogan taking on Andre the Giant from the WWE main event that took place on February 5th, 1988. So, yeah, let's get started here. So for anybody who wants to watch along, go into your WWE network. From your main screen, go into the side menu, and I'm doing this from a Fire Stick. Go down in the side menu, go down to In Ring, and from there go to All Shows, and scroll down to Saturday night's main event. And from there, go over to 1988 and find February the 5th, which, yeah, here we go right here. And if you click down where it says more from this episode, you can jump right to the match. You'll see it says Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan, world title. So, yeah, go to that one and click OK, and it should pick right up from there. Okay, and I'm sure you can hear my TV here. Let me cut my volume down a little bit. All right, so we're right now seeing Andre the Giant, Ted DiBiase, and Virgil making their way to the ring. And this, of course, is a rematch from the WrestleMania 3 main event where Hogan did defeat Andre the Giant the previous year. And this was a match also that led into WrestleMania 4 with the world title tournament and all that kind of fun stuff, which, of course, established Randy Savage as the top star in the company for that time. So, yeah, we're getting the ring entrances here. You can hear. Oh, sorry about that. Just hit my microphone with my TV remote here. But yeah, of course, the announce team for this: Vince McMahon, Jesse Ventura. For me, one of the more underrated announce teams. I think when I was a kid, Vince McMahon was one of my favorite announcers. And right now, we're seeing Mean Gene interviewing Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan with that 1987 world title belt, same one that he wore into WrestleMania 3. If I remember right, this is the last time that Hogan wore that particular belt. After this is when they switched to the Winged Eagle. And let's hear a little bit of what Hogan's saying.
I've invested my 3 assets wisely in a lifelong profit-sharing plan with all my little Hulksters, brother. First, you watch the referee. That's clear. All my Hulkamaniacs are going to be watching these multi-million-dollar man. Then Andre the Giant, one-on-one, with the whole world watching. I'm going to prove to you I can beat you, and Hulkamania will live forever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hand it to the ring, Hulk Hogan.
All right, so that was Hogan being interviewed by the late, great Mean Gene Okerlund. And, of course, we're about to see Hulk Hogan's entrance. Yeah, back at this time, the mid to late 80s, Hogan, the top guy in the business, no question about that. And I'll see now in the match, he's actually wearing the Winged Eagle belt. I never noticed that before. So in the interview with Mean Gene, he was wearing the older belt that he wore into WrestleMania, but in the actual match, he's wearing the Winged Eagle. So obviously the interview was taped prior to this event. So that's interesting. Interesting thing to note there. little bit of an inconsistency, I guess you could say. And we see the referee in the ring, supposedly Dave Hebner. Of course, that's going to come into play heavily at the end of this match. And I'm turning the volume down a little bit so it's not too loud. And yeah, that is definitely the winged eagle that quote-unquote Dave Hebner holding over his head, showing to Ted DiBiase, Virgil, and Andre. And Hogan doing his usual pre-match kind of mini Hulk up here. And Hogan playing to the crowd like always, ripping the shirt. I mean, this is just classic 80s wrestling right here. I mean, Hulk Hogan, like I said, at this time was the man. I mean, there was no doubt about it. He was the biggest star in the business. And match should be kicking off here any minute. And yeah, for anybody who might just be joining up to the broadcast, thank you very much. Yeah, like I said, this is just a test stream, just testing out the live streaming feature. I've got some plans for a much bigger event later on, hopefully later this year, but if not, the beginning of next year. But I'll definitely keep everybody posted on that. Don't want to drop too many details until it's more set in stone and a for sure thing. Now Hogan telling Andre get in the ring. Andre's been standing outside the ring pretty much this whole time with DiBiase and Virgil. The bell has rung. You get a tight shot of Andre, just how large he actually was. And we're just waiting for Andre to get in the ring and get the match underway here. And Andre's still just standing outside the ring, kind of making Hogan wait, and I think just playing some head games with Hogan here. Andre finally in the ring, with DiBiase and Virgil still up on the ring apron here. Andre yet to make any moves towards Hogan. And let's see if I can give a time cue here for anybody who's just there. Up, Hogan attacking Andre, going after Virgil and DiBiase, pulls Virgil into the ring, pulls DiBiase into the ring. Virgil up into the ropes, hits him with the big boot. Virgil goes right back out over the top. DiBiase catching a punch to the head, into the ropes, another big boot, and he's over the top rope. Now Hogan going after Andre with the classic Hogan's right hands to the head. Andre looking stunned and staggering, takes a wild swing at Hogan, misses. Hogan off the ropes with a big right hand to the head, and Andre just looking dazed. Hogan with a number of chops to the chest, and Andre, like Jesse Ventura just said, yet to be taken off of his feet. Double chop to the trapezius to the neck area from Hogan, and continuing just with the right hands to the head. Hogan pulling Andre over to the corner, head into the turnbuckle. Andre is dazed. Head into the turnbuckle again by Hogan. And Andre just kind of staggering around. Looks like he doesn't know where he is. Trying to shake it off. Hogan with a boot to the gut. Another double chop to the trapezius area. Hogan off the ropes. Forearm to Andre's head. Andre's still not going down. And Hogan going back to the right hands. Hogan off the ropes again. And big clothesline. Andre still not going off of his feet. Hogan takes another swipe at DiBiase on the outside. Virgil catches a right hand up on the ring apron. Hogan turns back to Andre, again with the punches to the head. No, stomps on DiBiase's hand at ringside. Money goes flying. And Hogan turns his attention back to Andre now. Another right hand to the head. Hogan loves that right-handed punch to the head, especially against Andre. And Hogan goes to the eyes, showing a little bit of a heel tactic there. Hogan off the ropes, clotheslining Andre into the corner. Andre still not off his feet, but looking dazed and staggering around a bit. And Hogan looks like he's going back to that right hand. Big wind up and another right hand to the head, and Andre still not going down. Hogan rakes the eyes again. And Hogan going outside. And this was rare. You never saw Hogan go to the ropes, ever. This may be the only time I ever saw Hogan go to the ropes, and Andre catches him off the ropes with a big slam. And now Hogan's down and he is hurt. It's really selling the back, and Andre finally off of his feet, just kind of staggered and fell in the middle of the ring. Like that slam on Hogan just took the last bit of energy that Andre had. Hogan going for a cover, but Andre catches him by the throat. Andre releases the choke. Andre struggling to get to his feet. Hogan really selling the back injury. And Andre back to the chokehold. It went in Andre's heel days. That seemed to be his favorite move, was just a straight blatant choke. Whether it was with his hands or with the shoulder strap from his singlet, one of the other. That was Andre's favorite move when he was playing the heel, was to choke his opponent out. Now Andre coming with the big right hand punches onto Hogan. And Andre moving around rather gingerly, which at this stage in Andre's career, I mean, he was not well, had a very bad back, not able to move around very well, but he was still Andre the Giant. So Andre picking Hogan up in a body slam, and just keep in mind, Hulk Hogan was 300 plus pounds at this time, and Andre just picked him up like he was nothing. Stomping on the gut, kicking to the back of Hogan is Andre. And Andre with a big headbutt, his other favorite move. And with the chops to Hogan's chest, Hogan's still down on the mat. Hogan trying to get back up, grabs Andre by the leg. Andre just shakes him off with a knee to the face. And Andre got Hogan in the corner. Big slap to the chest. And, of course, that's something that would be picked up by the Big Show in later years. Just a giant of a human being like that, just coming down full force with a huge hand across a man's chest. Just the visual of it just kind of makes you cringe, just because you can imagine how much that would hurt. Andre now got Hogan on his knees again with a chokehold and another headbutt. And Jesse Ventura, of course, singing the praises of quote-unquote Dave Hebner. And for those of you that might not have seen this match, you'll find out pretty soon why I keep saying quote-unquote Dave Hebner. But Hogan catches a big boot from Andre, falls to the outside. Virgil picks Hogan up, tosses him back in. Now the referee, John with Virgil, not paying attention to what's going on. And Andre's right back to the chokehold. And there goes Andre with the shoulder strap from the singlet, wrapping it around Hogan's neck. As I was talking about a little while ago, one of his favorite moves. Andre loved that chokehold when he was the heel. And finally, the referee steps in, breaks it up, and Hogan looking in bad shape. Andre looks like he's got his win back. Just a big clubbing right hand to Hogan's back. DiBiase outside jaw-jacking with the audience, and Andre right back. Looks like the referee says it's not a chokehold. Apparently, it's a muscle hold right now. He's into the trapezius area, and no, the referee telling him to break it. So I guess it is a choke. And breaks for a second. He's right back to it, and here comes Hogan, starting to hulk up, trying to push his way out of it, pulling Andre's hands off. And Hogan back up to his feet. He's got Andre's hands off of his neck. And Hogan with the big knee to the gut of Andre, hitting Andre with chops, moving him back into the corner. Big chops by Hogan. Another right hand to the head, and another one. I got to imagine punching Andre the Giant in the head had to be painful, even if it is a working punch. You know, your head bouncing off of that huge skull of Andre. It's got to be painful. Hogan again up to the ropes, comes off with a clothesline onto Andre. Probably the only time Hulk Hogan ever came off the ropes successfully, and I'm exaggerating because I'm sure it's happened at some point. Hogan looked like he was going for the leg drop, bounces off the ropes. Virgil grabbed him. The referee's back, arguing with Virgil again. Meanwhile, Hogan hits the leg drop behind the referee's back, goes for the cover, but referee is way out of position, arguing with Virgil. No 3 count. Hogan goes up, taps the ref on the back. Now Hogan's arguing with the ref, but here comes Andre from behind, grabs Hogan by the hair. And big headbutt to the back of the head, back of the neck by Andre. Another headbutt by Andre, spins him around. He's got the double underhook, suplex. Andre falls right on top. 2, and Hogan's shoulder is up, but the referee still makes the 3 count. And Andre the Giant is the new WWF World Heavyweight Champion at this point, but that's all going to change pretty quickly here. I'm going to see Mean Gene getting into the ring to talk to Andre in a minute or two, and we'll see how all this is going to play out here. Again, thank you to anybody who has tuned in, who is checking it out. Like I said, this is just a test, just to have some fun, test out this system. So for anyone that has tuned in, thank you for helping me test it out. And we see right now Dave, quote unquote, Hebner, about to hand the brand new, at this time, Winged Eagle World Title belt over to Andre the Giant. And let's see if we can hear the announcement from Howard Finkel. Howard Finkel, of course, greatest ring announcer in the history of business. And WWE now does recognize this reign by Andre the Giant, even though it was brief as it was, and we're about to find out exactly how brief right now. Mean Gene Okerlund talking to Andre the Giant. We hear Andre. And of course, twice in that interview, Andre referred to the title as the World Tag Team Championship. Not sure why, but he surrendered the title to Ted DiBiase. And of course, the referee raising DiBiase's hand, recognizing him as the world champion. And Hogan trying to go after DiBiase and Virgil. DiBiase right now has possession of the World Heavyweight Championship, laughing in Hogan's face. But of course, this is what led to the tournament at WrestleMania 4, because the Andre just handing the title over to Ted DiBiase was not recognized, and the president of WWF at that time, Jack Tunney, overturned the ruling and vacated the championship. And right now we're seeing double vision in the ring. We're seeing 2 Dave Hebners, two referees. Of course, today we know that this is Dave Hebner and his brother Earl Hebner. Earl, one of the most respected referees in the business, along with Dave. So, but yeah, at the time, it was a little bit crazy. I mean, you can definitely see a difference between them. You know, Dave Hebner's a little bit bigger. Earl Hebner at the time had a little more hair, but at first glance, nobody could tell. I mean, especially back in these days, who paid attention to the referee? So Hogan right now got both of these guys by the collar, trying to figure out what's what and what's going on, and screaming in Earl's face, now screaming in Dave's face, and Hogan just totally looks like he's about to lose it here, and just kind of walks away, covering his head. And now back to Dave and Earl arguing with each other. And Earl was the one who actually counted the 3. Earl was the quote-unquote evil referee that helped out, DiBiase and Andre with the fake count. Now, Earl just knocked Dave with a punch to the head, kick to the gut, and Earl fell down himself on that one, kicking Dave out of the ring. Now we see Hogan and Earl Hebner just left in the ring here. And Hogan pretty much just figured out that Earl was on the take. He took his brother's place, took some money from DiBiase to make the false 3 count and award Andre and DiBiase the title. And Hogan asking the crowd now what he should do with evil Earl here. And Hogan got Earl Hebner up over his head, and credit to Earl Hebner for taking this bump. I mean, he's a referee, and he lets Hogan pick him up over his head and throw him about 15 feet into Ted DiBiase and Virgil and Andre. So definitely credit to Earl Hebner for taking that bump. And of course, Earl Hebner, the referee, involved years later in the Montreal screw job. So I'm gonna hit pause right now on my WWE Network. So that's it. That's the match. That's the gonna pretty much wrap it up for the live stream. Like I said, just wanted to test things out, see how this all works. Looks like it's working fine. I'll have to go back and listen to it myself and see how everything came out. But I appreciate the couple people that tuned in. Hope you liked it. Like I said, thanks for helping me test it out. There will be something, a little bit more substantial coming with the live stream, but I wanted to get a test stream under my belt to make sure everything works and make sure I, get a feel for the live streaming tool here on Podbean. So again, for the few people that did tune in live, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. That's always been one of my favorite matches, just because of the ending and the stuff with the Hebners at the end. I mean, this was I was 10 years old when this match took place, and I, as a 10-year-old kid watching this, and being a Hulkamaniac at that age, I was going nuts because Hogan lost the title. And I think, if I remember right, I actually cried about this match. But yeah, again, thank you to everybody for tuning in. Hope you'll tune into the or I should say, check out the podcast this coming Sunday, as well as every Sunday on all of the podcasting platforms. Yeah, if you're not already following on social media, go to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, any social media you might happen to be on. The show, you can find the show at Catch Hook Shoot, all one word. So yeah, again, thank you guys. I will keep everyone updated on when the next live stream will be. Like I said, make sure you check out the podcast this Sunday and every Sunday right here on Podbean and on any podcasting platform. So with that, I'm going to wrap things up, and I appreciate everybody